Hey guys, today we have a MacBook Pro. It's a 15 inches. It's a 15 inches A1390. A1990. The description says dead. Description is dead, and it's oh sorry. Okay, it's actually A1707. Okay, not A1990. It's A1707. Make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, it's A1707, not A1990. Okay. Uh, First thing first, as you guys know, the first thing we want to do is uh, take out the board, get an idea of exactly what we're dealing with. Okay. Mm. Okay, our board looks clean. This is a 2016, 2017, 15 inches touch bar. Okay, our board looks clean. So the next thing we want to do on this particular one is we want to take out our logic board completely before we start ascertaining the state of the board. Let's just take the board out. As you know, after taking out the back cover, the next thing we do before we attempt to do anything on the board is to disconnect the battery. So we want to make sure there is no power going to the machine while we are busy with it. I'm looking for my T5. Found it. For this repair, I need a P5, a T5, a T4, and a T6 or T8 to take out all of my screws. And that is only if I'm taking out the logic board. If I also need to take out the screen, for example, then for the antenna, okay, for the antenna assembly, I will also then need also a P2 for the antenna assembly. That is if I need to take out the screen, because the antenna assembly will have to go out. Um, partially not. You have to uh, so when you intend to take out the screen, you have to obviously take out the antenna assembly as well, and that you will need a P2 to take out the screws on the antenna assembly. All of the screws are out now. The next thing we're doing is we're disconnecting the cables. Okay, so the next thing we want to do after the board is out, um, we want to connect a loose DC jack. This one, we connect a loose DC jack, and then we then put two screws on both sides. Actually, what we can do is we can actually take out one of the, yeah, let's take out one of the DC jack cable and use that instead. Okay, the board is out. I'm gonna put screws on both sides so that it doesn't come loose while we're testing. Okay, so now that that is done, the next thing we want to do is we want to do a physical inspection of the board. And this is a 2017. The board looks clean. Okay. there's nothing that suggests that it has been attempted before. uh, the board is really clean. Okay, so let us open up the schematic and board view. It's 0-00982 982. Do I have it open? 982. Okay, let's open that. It's 0-00982. It's 0-00982. Okay, I need to use a different. Okay, I can use a different number for it, which is 281. Yeah, I can use 281. It is 00281. I can use that since yeah, I can use 281 since I don't have 982. Pretty much the same, just subtle changes here and there, just subtle difference, pretty much. This is a 2016. This is a 2016 board view. One of the way you can one of the ways you can differentiate the 2017 is let's say the cap here. So the cap in this section of the board, you will not find that on the 2016. So this is the section I just pointed at here. You see the cap is not present. Hmm? So that's because this is a 2016 and the board itself that will open is a 2017. But then you can use the board view. It's pretty much it's the same thing, I would say, in terms of the design, and we can conveniently use that the board view and schematic for 2017 for 2016. Okay, so our board is out and we have inspected. We do not see any type of we don't see nothing that suggests what the issue is. So the next thing I want to do is I just want to quickly measure for short. So I'm going to measure for short on my PP bus. My PP3 V42. Yeah, I'm just going to do like a, okay, we don't have a short there, we don't have a short there. Just going to do a random short measurement. And also try to measure for short area. Okay, CD3215. Okay. Okay, that's a short. So I just I got a short here at this cap, this one here. Uh, this cap here. So that is gonna be let's flip it. That's gonna be C3208. So that's for U3200. So what that would mean is this machine is going to be stuck on 5 volt. That's what this will mean. Let's just confirm if that is the case. And obviously, if we stuck on 5 volt without having to boost to 20 volt, the machine will not be able to charge the battery, and you cannot also power the machine from the charger because now there are 4CD3215s on this board, but the funny thing is when one of the CDs is faulty, it tends to affect the other three, and thereby causing none of it to work. But then again, it also depends on the type of fault it has. So sometimes you still may be able to, you may have a section of the CD3215. If it's not the central point of the CD3215, or I would rather say the critical point of the CD3215 that is faulty, you still can have a partially faulty CD3215, one in the lots, and then you have the other three still working just fine. So what I want to do is let's just confirm what we have On our PPTC in, we can confirm on this fuse here, this fuse here, which is going to be just going to be this F301, which is yeah, F3001, this. So let's see what we have. We're expecting to have 5 volt. Let's just confirm that that charger is okay, let's plug it on the other side. Let's try again. Okay, yeah, as you guys can see that it's 5 volt. So it's supposed to be 20 volt and not 5 volt. So what we want to do before we replace that, so the short that we measured, which is the short we measured at C3208, we see that pretty much the line is connected, the connections of the line are here, 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 here. Let's see on the other side of the board. And then on the other side of the board, you also have it, you have it at a U2890, which is pretty much the ROM chip for the CD3215. So oftentimes, okay, the possible failed component which are connected to ground are going to be C2890, uh, C2890. Oftentimes it's not the ROM chip. Then C3208, and then the CD3215 itself. So I would take a guess that it's most likely the CD3215 itself. But also before we remove it and replace it, let's just check that that's the only CDs that is faulty. Let's check around the other CD3215. Oh, sorry, I didn't switch back to continuity mode. Okay, that CD is fine on that side. Let's check this side. That is also bad. Okay, we also have the same short on that side. Okay, so we have this CD being faulty, and then the other CD also being faulty. So what we want to do now, this oftentimes may be like a faulty charger. So client will use a plug it on one port, and then it damages the controller, which is the CD3215 in this case, and then the client goes ahead and then plug it on another port, and then the same thing happens. So the next thing I want to do is I want to take out this the CDs that I think for my readings are faulty, because I'm very most of the time it's not the cap most of the time, but sometimes you also find that it is a cap. Oftentimes it is accuracy detector 215 itself that is faulty. Okay, so the CD detector 215 is out. Let's now check if we still have a short. I flipped the board to the other side. I'm just gonna show you guys. So um, now this UB300 is so we also measure the short at C3081 of UB300. So the next thing we want to do is let's see if our short is gone after removing the CD3215. And yes, the short is gone. With the CD3215 out, the short is gone. Now let's check on the other side of the board. Let's see, which is a switch back to I switch back to U3200. Let's see, we had a short on U3200. Let's see if we still have it. We still most likely still have a short there. See? Yeah, we still have a short there, so we also will have to remove that. Okay. On this board here, you have to be careful, especially when you're working on 15 inches, 2016, 2017s, in terms of your heat. You don't want to apply too much heat, otherwise it will bubble up your board, and that will make your repair really, really painful. Okay, so you see we took out this CD3215 here, and also the CD3215 that is here. So we'll be replacing both. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. So we'll be replacing that. So it is here. Yeah, so this one, yeah, that, and also that. So I'm going to get the CDs from a donor board. Uh, let's get a donor board. Let's see if this is, see if we have 20 volt. Uh, let's see if we have 20 volt on this board. Okay, so we have 20 volt. So that's, okay, so we have 20 volt on this board, so we can use the CD3215s on this board. Let's just confirm something real quick. Okay, let's use the two CDs. I'm trying to make sure all of the balls under the chip are properly in place before I replace it. Okay, I'm satisfied with the way the balls are looking now. Next thing we want to do is to now replace our CD3215. So these are the ones we'll be installing. There's two. And by the way, the CD3015s, they do have orientation. So when you're installing, you have to be aware of the orientation. And usually, the chip manufacturers of this kind, they usually will have a dot. And I'm not sure if you guys can see that. So that dot is going to be that's going to be what signifies is pin 1. So you want to look out for such marks on your CD3015 because you have to orient it a particular way, otherwise it's not going to work. Let's just confirm indeed our short is gone from that. Okay, so yeah, our CD3215 was the power. So after the repair is done, we will also be advising the client to be sure that they have a functional charger before they plug it to the machine again. Okay, as installed, and then the other one. Okay, so both CDs are installed. This one, I'm not so sure about the faults. So I'm pretty sure the balls in the native might have shifted in a way. I'm not so confident about this. However, this seems to be fine. This one here. So what I want to do is I want to check to see if I have a short around first before I connect my charger. Okay. Mm. Okay. I seem to have. So I'm just gonna let the board cool a bit, and then I will. I certainly do not have confidence on this one here, because the way it was installed, I'm just not satisfied with that one. But I'm gonna test it regardless, and if we still get 5 volt, I'll definitely need to come back here to see um, if the chip, the balls underneath the chip were properly seated. So, so what I'm going to do is I will be checking the outputs of. I'll be checking the LDOs, of the chip. And then yeah, just to confirm before I even check for whether we're seeing 20 volt or 5 volt. Let me see if at least we have the LDO present. So we can check now. I think our board is a little bit cool now. Switch to voltage mode. Okay, we have 3.3 volt, that's fine. 3.3, that's fine. Now let's check the other side. Right now we're only interested in the CDs that we replace. We want to see if at least they worked. Let's see. 3 point, okay, let's see, then 3.2, 3.1, okay, let's see the other, what do we have, okay, that doesn't seem to be registering, same thing, let's check this, 3.2, 3.2. Yeah, so the CD3215 that we replace is definitely an issue. Uh, yeah, no, it's not. Like I said, 2.9. Nah, it's not doing what it should do. I definitely was skeptical about it, so yeah, it's not working the way it should. Yes, and then we're still stuck on 5 volt. So um, I'm just gonna check that again. Hmm. Let's see. Okay, let's check what's happening here. Okay, let's just check that again. Yeah, so definitely the city here was definitely because I was pretty much skeptical about the gold and the needed, and yes, indeed. The installation wasn't bad. The balls were not. The installation wasn't bad. Hmm. Okay, let's just confirm that indeed we check that. Just want to check the other one to be sure that please. Okay, the other one. Hmm. Okay, let's reinstall it. Okay, let's try it again. Make sure the orientation is right. Okay. So by the way, for this board, I had to reduce the heat of my hot air because I don't want to bubble up the board. This board it's very permanent in that. So I'm being very careful. I don't want to use too much heat on the board, especially in this section, because I don't want the board to bubble up. Okay, that's installed. Give it a bit of time, and then we can check again. I'll give the board a bit of time to cool off. So basically, one from each side of the board. So the machine has four ports. So one CDs out of both sides are faulty. So on this side you have UB300, and then on the other side you have and then on the other side it's just flip it. So on the other side you have U3200. So U3200 is faulty on one side, and then UB, and then the other side uh, and then the other side you have UB300 pin 40. So this is pretty much like when you try charger on one side of the machine and it didn't work, and then you try it on the other side as well. Yeah, because we seeing that only one on both sides it's affected. Okay, now let's see what we have. Let's try again now, see if we have any difference. 3.3 volt on the other side, 3.4. Let's check the other side. 3.3, 3.4. So now let's see what we have on our PP bus. So what we have on our PP bus will tell us if we have 20 volt or 5 volt. So let's see what we have on our PP bus. Okay, PV bus is 12.6. That's great. That tells us that we have 20 volt. I mean, so if it was 12.3, 12.6, that is great. That tells us that we have 20 volt. So I'm just gonna let's see. I mean, now let's measure our PPDC infuses. Um, PPDC infuse. Uh, 20 volt. That's a beautiful 20 volt. Alhamdulillah. That's a beautiful 20 volt. Okay, so we have 20 volt, and then let's just check the other port to be sure that we have 20 volt as well. And that's a beautiful 20 volt. So okay, so pretty much our CD3215s are installed work. So so these are the two that didn't work. So I mean, with that 20 volt, I'm pretty sure that the machine. We're still gonna test it just to be sure that we have a logo. The machine charge is fine. All of the more tests will be done, but this is pretty much good for me. So we have two CD3215s Win 40 on the board, and we were stuck at 5 volt instead of 20 volt. And because of that, the board was not starting. So we identified the CD3215s that were faulty, we replaced them, and now we have 20 volt. And I suppose we should also have a posting board. Pretty much that is pretty much we can contain the situation to be within. But beyond that, we still will have to put the ball in the shell and then see if we have Apple logo and all of the beautiful things. But for now, I'm pretty much very much relieved. Sometimes you can really have a nightmare in getting a 20 volt. Sometimes you really have a nightmare in getting your CDs to move from 5 volt to 20 volt. Okay, so let's clean the sections where we walked, and then we can test our board to see if we have a working board. So we brush it like that, and then we use hot hair a little bit in that section, and then we wipe it with a tissue. That will give us a pretty looking board afterwards. So after that, we just give it a little bit of heat. Then can wipe it. So now it looks like this after wiping it. Okay, let's do the same thing to the other side. Okay, looks like this after cleaning. Let's dust our board just a little bit, and then we can test. Sometimes when you work on these devices, especially because the ports are hidden within the shell, the interfaces I'm talking about, because they're hidden within the shell. Sometimes when you work on an issue like this one, where you have 40 CD3015s, you also want to check your remove the DC jacks, just to confirm that the DC jacks are not burnt, because you don't want to have the same problem just after installing the board in the shell. So remove the DC jack and just confirm that they are not physically burnt. That's important. Otherwise, you may obviously experience the same thing after confirming that you have a working board. You install your board, and then your CD32 blows out because your charging ports are actually blown out. So it's important that you check, so that you don't have to do double work, so to say. So generally, the battery will be the first thing you disconnect on the board and the last thing you connect on the board, generally. So it's the first to go out and the last to get back in. So sometimes I do a video and it turns out that my mic is not on, and yeah, and then the entire video is practically nothing. Everything that I said was not recorded, and then I have to then do voiceover. But the idea with voiceover, it's some of the things that I said obviously during the stream or during the video will definitely, I won't be able to do justice to having to be able to remember or be in the same mindset when I was doing the job. Okay, so the will I install one or two screws to hold the board in place. Also, the battery screws we are putting in place. Putting the battery screw in place. Uh, okay, now let's hope our machine starts. May Allah make it so. I'm just yeah, may Allah make it that machine starts successfully without me having to yeah, without us, because sometimes you may sort out a particular section of the board and then another section of the board has issue. Now you have to start working again. Okay, let's connect our charger. So wait for trackpad feedback. We have trackpad feedback. We have fan speed. I'm sure if you guys can see that we have fan speed. Let's see if you have an Apple logo. And that is an Apple logo. Ah, alhamdulillah. That's a really good one. That's a beautiful Apple logo, and then we have a loading bar. Uh, yeah, and we are booted. So I'm just gonna shoot that. Okay, and just increase the brightness of the screen So you guys can see that it's a beautiful working machine. Okay, so this is gonna go through the regular test. The device will get put together and the client can then be informed to collect a happy working machine. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.